everyone. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm on LinkedIn and on Instagram at the same time, so I hope this can work. So nice to have you. Gina, so nice to have you. Look at this. Um, Today is day number 1 of our Create a Catchy and Professional Elevator Pitch. Okay, so I hope you can, enjoy today. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be paying attention to LinkedIn comments and Instagram comments just in case. If you want to see the slides of the presentation, then try to join me on LinkedIn. Okay, because I will be sharing the slides of the presentation on LinkedIn. So it is a pleasure to be here. Long time. Hi, Jessa. So nice to have you. Felipe, so nice to have you. Sahat, so nice to have you. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate your time. If you have any questions about the elevator pitch, just let me know. Okay, I'm here to, help you and guide you on how to create one. This is a 3 days challenge. Okay, so I will be here tomorrow and the day after tomorrow too. Okay, to teach you the most important things about creating an elevator pitch. Now, let me know in the comments. Sorry, if you have any questions on Instagram or here on LinkedIn. I will be reading the comments little by little. Let me know if you're there. Okay. This is a really specific presentation. I'm going to give you, really specific tips regarding the elevator. Now, do you guys have an idea of what an elevator pitch is? Why do you have to use one? Why do you have to create your own elevator? How can you use it, etc.? Let me know if you have an idea. Let me know in the comments. Manny, so nice to have you. Great. Look at this. I'm going to share with you the link to to the WhatsApp group of our community or of our speaking club community. So if you want to practice your elevator pitch with us, you're more than welcome. I'm going to put it here in the comments and also on WhatsApp, so you can access it. Okay. If you cannot access the link, then just DM me and I will send you the link. Okay, so you can join us. Amazing. So let's get started. Siraima, yes, I do. Awesome. That's great. So nice to have you. Okay, this is the presentation. Create a catchy and professional elevator pitch. Now, what do we have here? First of all, obviously, we got to learn what is it. Okay, but before that, you get to know me. So for the ones who haven't, seen me before, if this is the first time, I'm Gabby, right? I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching English for over 15 years, more than 15 years, believe it or not, in many different contexts, like school, high school, university, etc., and corporate. I've been working in companies for 6 years, so I know how important it is, how relevant, how necessary it is to communicate effectively at work nowadays, especially nowadays because of the pandemic that, everything is online. I'm not a native speaker. I'm so proud and happy about that. It was hard for me to digest that at the beginning, but I'm so happy about it. And this is why I do understand all the difficulties you face when you're trying to learn, when you're trying to communicate in a foreign language. Okay, so that's me. If you want to watch the presentation, please join me on LinkedIn so you can see the presentation. I'm talking to Instagram. So guys on Instagram, if you want to see the presentation, just join me on LinkedIn. So that's me. If you have any questions, just let me know. Now, welcome to this. Just as you prepare for presentations or speeches, you must also put that same amount of love, energy, and practice into your elevator pitch. For some people, selling yourself can be difficult. I mean, it is a difficult thing, right? But you need to own your abilities. I mean, you need to be available or able to transmit what is it that you got to offer. You know, what are your abilities? What are your skills? Okay. Now is the time to shine and show the world and yourself what you have to offer. Okay. So this is the time. And this is why I'm here helping you create your own elevators. Okay. Now look at this. This is the link. I'm going to post the link here on Instagram, on the Instagram comments. This is the link, my account on LinkedIn. So if you want to see the presentation, then you can go on my LinkedIn account. It is Gabby Rincon. That's it. So you look for Gabby Rincon on LinkedIn and I'll be there. Okay. Now let's go on. So day one. Let's talk about day one in our challenge. So, of course, the first day is to talk about what is an elevator pitch. When should I use it? How can I use an elevator pitch? It's not only about, hello, my name is Gabby and I'm a teacher. It's not only that, there's more behind it, and there are specific situations in which we got to use it. So, first of all, an elevator is a short speech in which you explain your experience, your background, and various strengths as an individual and as an employee too. Okay? It is extremely important to be as precise as possible, to be honest, etc. Now, whether you are at a career expo, a job fair, a mixer, or other type of work, related event, having an effective, and this word is important, effective elevator pitch is a great way of introducing yourself in a clear and concise manner to potential employers. There are different situations in which you can use an elevator, but normally it is to introduce yourself to potential employers or potential customers or potential clients, etc. So you have to have the purpose in mind, like why is it that you're doing this? Why is it that you are what is it that you are creating your elevator? What is the purpose? Okay, now since an elevator pitch may be made in a wide or used in a wide variety of events and locations, it is important to have a well-refined speech ready. Okay, so you don't know what situations can come up, and then they ask you, what do you do? So I don't know if you listened to the second episode of my podcast this week, but we had this situation in which a person is in the elevator and another person asks, hi, how are you? What do you do? And the person is like, I'm I work in business analytics. Yeah, that's it. So if you're not prepared, you will have some kind of an uncomfortable situation. Okay, so it is good to have it ready. Now, in the business program, we normally prepare 2 or 3 elevator pitches. We normally prepare a general elevator pitch for any person. Okay, it doesn't matter the industry. You create an easy to understand elevator pitch so people can understand what you do easily. Then we create a second elevator, which is industry based. Like any person in your industry is going to understand what the elevator pitch is. I mean, what you're saying. Okay, what did you do? And the third is kind of for a job interview elevator. So if you're applying for a job and you're in a job interview, the elevator pitch is a little different. Okay, we will talk about that later. Again, hello everyone. So nice to have you here on Instagram. Claudia, Danny, so nice to have you. You, so nice to have you. So remember, if you're on Instagram, that you can join me on LinkedIn so you can see the slides of the presentation. Okay? Now, what's next? So elevator pitches are not just limited to in-person interaction, but you can also they can also be used on LinkedIn pages, on your profile, on your resume, and other biographical profiles. Okay, so do you know that when you write a resume, there's kind of a really short bio at the beginning? That could be your elevator pitch. The importance of having an elevator pitch is you can use it, you can take advantage of keywords. You see, whether in a resume or on the LinkedIn profile, you can take advantage of keywords. What are those most important keywords that anyone is looking for? So that's one of the things that we have to consider. So we can use them in all social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, I don't know, it depends on you. And in some cases, I have some students that they work in companies, and in the company, they ask them for a short bio or an elevator pitch because they include their team members on the website. So they really need a specific description of what they do, and that's what the elevator pitch is used for. Okay? What else? Elevator pitches may also be used as a way of introducing the goals and operations of a company to a possible customer, partner, or a client. No matter who's the recipient of your speech, an elevator pitch must clearly define who you are, what your goals are as an employee and individual, and what you're looking for in a potential, company. So who you are, what are your goals, and what is it that you're specifically, looking for? Now, who are you as a person? Who are you as a professional? Okay. It should include the credentials, skills, and other qualifications that may set you apart as an exceptional employee and individual. So if there are 10 executive assistants or 10 project managers applying for the same job, what makes you stand out? Why you? Why not the other person? Apart from your experience and your background. I mean, the elevator pitch is a mix of everything, and it's a mix of everything that makes you unique. Like everything that makes you unique, that's going to be your elevator. Okay, let me go back. Awesome. If you have any questions so far, let me know. Okay. Awesome. Great. So number one, the pitch should be made within 30 seconds. Why 30 seconds? It sounds really short, but when you start working on it, you notice that it is a lot. Now, 30 seconds, because it is called an elevator pitch, because the situation is that you're supposed to get into an elevator and then you hit any bottom, any floor that you're, going to. And then there's someone else in the elevator and they ask you like, hey, so nice to see you. What do you do here? I mean, what's your job here? And then you're like, okay, you have 30 seconds to answer before this person leaves the elevator. Okay, so that's more or less the idea. Now, it should be within 30 seconds. It can be a little more, it can be a little shorter. It depends, Each person's elevator is different. The pitch should clearly define the skills and the benefits you would bring to an employer. If if this elevator pitch is intended for applying for a job or, like a recruiter or a hiring manager, then it should clearly define the skills and the benefits you're bringing to the employer. Okay. And even if it is not an employer, even if it is a customer, I mean, guys, if you have a business, if you're an entrepreneur, you need an elevator pitch. Because when people ask you, oh, Gabby, what do you do? I'm a teacher. That's not enough. So my elevator is I help professionals improve their English so they can communicate effectively at work and they can advance their careers. Period. You see, that's less than 30 seconds. And it's really specific. Okay, so that's the point. Number three, State a clear goal. It may also be a good idea to ask the employer about his or her goals and how you can help meet them as an employee. Okay, so that's the case if you're applying for a job. But if you're not and you have your own business, then let me see. Okay, if you have your own business, then it is perfectly, adaptable. Leo, so nice to have you. Here's my podcast coach. Okay, so networking pitches, it could be for social networking events, it could be for professional networking events, for career fair pitch, for getting a new client, for job seekers. I mean, there are plenty of uses of an elevator. But one of the most common is if it is in a job interview. Okay, so if it is for a job interview, first of all, you have to tell your story. Okay, I'm going to read this one quickly. This is your opportunity to shine and show what really makes you unique. Instead of listing all your skill sets, because they have your resume, they already know that. You have to tell them a story about yourself. Do you remember this live I did with Cesar Castro on storytelling? You can go on LinkedIn, it is there. Storytelling is key when you're creating your elevators. So instead of doing something technical like I help this and this, or I work as a blah, 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 you can start with a story. Okay, and that is absolutely acceptable. This life story will be more than likely hold the interviewer's attention, and it will definitely help you stand out once all the interviews are complete. They will remember who you are. It is necessary to have two elevator pitches, one with job intentions, other for personal. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can have as many elevator pitches as you want, Siraima. You can have any amount of elevators with any amount of purposes, all right? Obviously, the most important are the professional, because you want to introduce yourself to others, right? It could be because you are, and these are the situations, it could be because you are networking on a social event, or because you are looking for a new career, you are looking for a job, or maybe you are getting a new client. You see, so depending on your circumstance, you can have different elevators, right? So it all depends on the circumstance, on the purpose of what you're saying. So you have to tell your story, you have to do your research, and you have to have the goal in mind. So what about the second? You have to do your research. So first, tell your story, then do your research. I mean, once you've told your story, it's time to show why your skills are an asset to this company. So this is a great opportunity to show how you can contribute to this specific job that you're applying for. What role do you play in the company's success? So you have to analyze. If it is for a job interview, then you have to analyze what is it that the company needs and how your background and your experience is going to be helpful. So you have to do your research. Try to get the job offer, try to research the company on LinkedIn, or I don't know if they have social media. And number 3, you need to have a goal in mind. You've shared what got you to where you're today. You told your story. You emphasize how you can be an asset to the team, why you are the best person to be hired, right? Finally, it's time to look into the future. Now, look at this. 54% of people stay in the same role for at least 5 years. So be sure to highlight why you want to be a part of the specific organization during any amount of time in that specific role, and let the discussion of promotions come up naturally. Okay, so give it a try. Share their goals with them. Do not tell them that you want to move up into the ladder, because that makes no sense. But you need to express your goals, your intentions. What is it that you want to do? How is it that you want to help them? It's key to show employers that the job you're interviewing for isn't just a pit stop to somewhere else. It should be, because the idea is that we're always advancing. But you shouldn't demonstrate that if it is not, necessary. Now, this is general information about the elevator. I think I spoke too fast. Let me know if you have questions. But this is the general information about what is an elevator. When can I use it? How can I use it? Let me know if you have questions here on LinkedIn or if you have questions here on Instagram. Let me check. Okay. If you haven't listened to the episode, the last episode of my podcast, go and check. It's pretty nice. DM me and I will send you the link. My podcast is called Don't You Think? And the podcast is called Horror Stories, The Elevator Pitch. So go and listen. It's amazing. And thanks, Leo, my podcast coaching. Now, do you have any questions about the elevator? Remember, this is day one, and it's just an overview of what an elevator pitch is, why we should have one, what are the different kinds of elevators, and how many you gotta, prepare. Siraima asked, it is necessary to have 2 elevator. You can have any amount, okay, depending on the intentions and the purpose of the situation in which you're going to use the elevator pitch. Okay. Now, let me know what is the biggest, takeaway from this, session. If you have any questions, remember you can here in the link on Instagram or here in the comments, you will have the link to register on the platform so you can watch the replay. You can get the presentation, okay, the slides of the presentation. And please join the WhatsApp group and share your ideas on how to create your own elevator with us, okay? That would be super important if you can practice with us and share your ideas for the elevator. Now, for tomorrow, same time, same place, we are going to work with powerful tips and persuasive techniques. That's for tomorrow. Powerful tips and persuasive techniques. What is it? How are you going to write the elevator? What is the structure? What is the vocabulary that you should use? How can you persuade the person that is listening to you? Okay, so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Let me just recap real quick our presentation today. Let me know if you have any doubts. And please, please, please join our WhatsApp group so you can practice with us, okay? So again, the elevator pitch is a short speech in which you explain your experience, your background, your strengths as an individual, as a person, but also as an employee, okay? It will depend on the context, on the situation. It could be used in different events. It could be used for your LinkedIn profile, for your Facebook, Instagram, for the company's website, for example. It can also be used to introduce your goals. It could be used to introduce yourself to your customers. If they ask you, Leo, you are a podcaster, what did you do? How are you going to answer? Right? So that's the power of the elevator, okay? To tell the other person what you are, who you are, and what you do in a really short amount of time. If it's necessary, you should include your credentials, your skills, your qualifications, okay? It should be 30 seconds long, and you have to state clearly your goal. So in my case, I help professionals improve their English. So it's not for beginners, like I don't teach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the numbers. So it is for intermediate students. It may also be I help professionals improve their English so they can advance their careers. You see, so they can communicate effectively. That is my purpose. You see, that's what I want. Okay, that's what I'm intending to do. Okay, and these are the different pitches: social networking, professional networking, career fair pitch, getting a new client, job seekers, etc. Okay, if you're applying for a job interview, then you have to tell your story, do your research, and have a goal in mind. Okay, You need to set your goals and your intentions. So, Iraima, thank you, Gavin. No, thanks to you. Thank you so much for your time. It was 30 minutes. You see, I didn't stay that long. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I think tomorrow I will go a little more slowly. I thought it was going to be longer. But anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. Join the WhatsApp group and then we can continue talking. And I can give you some feedback on your elevator pitches. Okay? No questions, no doubts. Let me check here the comments. Nothing going on. Thank you, Gabi. Leila, so nice to have you. I'm sorry I didn't see your message before. So nice to have you all. Mohammed, so nice to have you. That's so cool. Okay. Well, thank you, my friends. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go have lunch. Dunia, so nice to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Go have lunch, and I'll see you again tomorrow at the same time in the same place. Keep on practicing and start writing your ideas on what is it that you want to include in your elevator pitch. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you.